So I've seen this stuff on the internet before. People like to post obnoxious videos complaining about stupid opinions that matter to nobody, except the person who posted it in the first place. They're usually contradictory complaints about things that actually help more than hurt, and consist of nothing but bias due to limited perspectives. But not this time. My opinion is educated and based off of everyone's opinion that high school flat out and straight up sucks. It is a pointless waste of 4 years that teaches the attendees absolutely nothing. I mean, sure, we learn about the Revolutionary War, but how helpful is that in finding a job when we get older? Yes, you learn about how to find the circumference of a sphere, but what about finances? I'm telling you, high school is useless. If I went out and found a job at the age of 14 instead of beginning high school, I probably could have made $1 million by now. I could have been a rapper, or a DJ, or something that is promised to be a fulfilling career in life. As far as preparation for college goes, high school does the exact opposite. It makes kids not want to attend college because they see how awful 4 years of high school is and assume that 8 years of college will be even worse. In high school, what do kids do all day? They go through 7 hours of nothing but hell. They wake up at unheard of hours at the crack of dawn, something nobody would ever have to do in the real world for any kind of job. Ever. They are left on their own to find a way to school every single day, which doesn't teach any kind of independency. Most kids have to ride the big yellow poop wagon. School buses consist of nothing less than chaotic anarchy from yelling children to ooze dripping from the ceiling. I remember when I rode the bus, I couldn't decide whether my biggest concern was watching where I stepped so I wouldn't accidentally land in a pile of God knows what, or avoiding the brutality of the bullies that like to pick on the feeble, helpless victims, all the while picking their own noses. There is always some sort of dreadful stench that lingered regardless of what kind of obnoxious deodorant spray was shot into the air. If the smell itself didn't want to make you vomit, thinking of a possible source definitely would. One would think schools would spend more money in an attempt to constrain those who cause trouble in the bus so they couldn't corrupt, move, or even breathe, but they have other things they think are more important and worthy causes to waste their finances on. I don't even want to try. They could charge the students' families to use the bus and make money that way. If their family can't afford it, what are they doing going to school in the first place? When they arrive at school, they are forced through class after class of doing what? Sitting, daydreaming, sleeping, drooling, texting from their pockets, sticking their chewed gum under the desk, and why? 'Cause they're bored. One would assume schools could find a way to keep the kids entertained while they learn, but again, schools apparently have something that is more important and worth their money. What could be more important than having fun? Not school. After sitting through brain rot, the students then go to lunch. They are basically forced to shove the disgusting food that the school cafeterias cook down their throats in small amounts of time that the school gives them. Food is much more important than learning, so why don't we all go to school to eat? I'm sure a crappy school lunch is the only reason why some even attend high school. It's not like anything taught sticks anyways. It flows right in one ear and right out the other. Once school is over, the students have to find their way home. They either catch the bus or miss it. If they miss it, they are forced to walk or find some other means of transportation, like stingy friends who beg for $2 for a little bit of gas. Remember the saying, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Not in the case with school. Students have to bring it into their own home. It invades everything. What am I speaking of? Homework. After a hard, long day at school, students get yet another opportunity to learn. Teachers act like their class is the only thing that students do in their lives. It begins to steal its time from their rap career, and that's when it becomes personal. Homework is the #1 underlying contributing reason as to why students drop out. Not laziness or stupidity, as studies try to show. As a graduating senior, I look back and I think I will miss high school. I'll miss the pain and suffering I went through for 4 years. I'll miss all the hard times and the tears and the scars that high school caused me, and after it all, I still don't think I learned a thing.